is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Live.
You down with Rapaport? Yes, I am. 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 You better tune in, IamRapaport.com. Cause every single podcast, you know he drops bombs. I seen him on set, a seasoned vet with true talent. Catch him on his way to CrossFit, rocking the New Balance. He asked me to do the track cause he know I rhyme elite. But I'm just waiting for the Robert De Niro line of the week. Breakfast of Champions, hosted bagel, cream cheese, and lox. This is I Am Rapaport, the show never stops. We might catch him out in public, stretching his knees. But if you don't listen to the show, yo, wig up please. Wig up please. This is the I Am Rapaport Podcast.
All right, my name is Michael Rapaport. You are now listening to the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, where today we are going to discuss kooky ass Kanye West's visit to the White House, and my guy Nick Turturro is going to walk me through his pleasure and deep-seated pain watching his New York Yankees get the shit beaten out of them by the Boston Red Sox. I hate to say it's funny, but when Nick is in pain about sports, it's one of the funniest things you can experience. It's a brand new, hard-hitting I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast coming up next. Special birthday shout-out to one half of the Dust Brothers, Miles Davis, the Asian Miles Davis. Happy birthday. Let me get something funky. Yes, watching football is fun, but I am telling you, it is way more entertaining when you have some action on the games. Guys, you've heard me talking about this for weeks, and some of you are still on the sidelines. MyBookie is the place, whether you're an expert or a rookie. You should start betting at MyBookie. You're the kind of guy that likes to bet a little and win a lot, like playing the numbers on roulette. You can create a parlay. Pick 3 teams to win, and if you hit all 3, you could turn 100 into 600. There's so much to bet on. Playoff baseball, hockey, primetime fights, and more. NBA is right around the corner. NBA starts next week, and we are going all in. MyBookie is the one bet I know you'll be happy with all year, and even more so because we're winning over here. I recommend these guys because I trust them. I recommend these guys because I use them. MyBookie will match your first deposit dollar for dollar, but you got to join now because they're going to be pulling this offer. They're going to match your first deposit dollar for dollar. Log on to MyBookie right now and double your money. Use the promo code Rapaport, RAPAPORT, and you will get your first deposit matched 100%. The promo code is Rapaport. The company is MyBookie.ag. You play, you win, you get paid at MyBookie.ag. All right. As promised, I told you a man who takes his baseball as serious as anyone I've ever met or heard of. He takes his New York Yankee baseball deadly serious. It's been a few days, Nick. How have you been since the Yankees got the shit beaten out of them? And I don't mean to rub insult into your wound, because your wound is all of New York's wound. How does it feel since the Yankees have gotten the shit beaten out of them by the Boston Red Sox, Nick?
Well, it's rough for me because I live and die with this shit. And, I flew in for the wild card game. I didn't want to see them go down in that game, and they toughed it out. I thought with Aaron Judge coming back, with Didi being there, I thought, we had our team intact, and I thought we could take down the Beantown Bums. But we could have won the first game. We had a billion chances and let it get away. We couldn't get a base hit all year. We lived and died by the home run. And teams that live and die by the home run never win it all. They were built top heavy. Also, the last game, they had a billion chances. The guy was imploding right in front of everybody's eyes. And the guy that they acquired, who was supposed to be, the big man, part of the Twin Towers, he couldn't get it done all year. Until you see a guy on a day-to-day basis, you don't know what his makeup is. You don't know what he's made out of. But whenever the Yankees have acquired like superstars like Jason Giambi, A-Rod, they've always failed. They had a great team last year. They had a home run hitter in Judge. They had a lot of balance. And then instead of taking a step forward, they took 2 steps backwards. Everybody in the world knew they needed a starting pitcher. The Astros went out last year and got Verlander, and that was the difference between the Yankees and the Stros. Plus, the Stros have a lot of good baseball players. But I mean by baseball players, there's guys that just don't hit home runs, guys that can do multiple things, hit singles, hit doubles. So this guy Stanton was never a good fit. They didn't need him. They were supposed to get Cole, and then they wouldn't give up some kid. I don't know which kid it was. They were top heavy, and they got bit in their ass. And they could have won the series. They got spanked 1 game, but they really didn't get blown out the whole series. And they got outmanaged, by Cora, who destroyed, Wonder Bread Boone. And
do you not like Boone? Why don't you like Boone?
Listen, I was on board with him because I was tired of Girardi. But in retrospect, the guy managed the game like it was a regular season game. Your life is on the line. When your life is on the line, you got to be at the top step, ready to go, proactive. The guy needed a bench coach. He's a rookie manager. He might get better, but he showed in the playoffs, you get exposed. You get exposed. You tap out like McGregor. You get exposed. You know what I mean?
Now, Nick, your voice sounds like it's shot. Explain why your voice sounds like it does. You don't sound like the Nick that we've all know to come and love.
Right. No, my voice is hurting right now from all the screaming and yelling that I've been doing for about a week, about 2 weeks. So there's a lot of yelling that's going on, day to day, pitch to pitch, inning to inning. Saturday night, or when they won in Fenway, everybody was in the other room watching the UFC fight. Meanwhile, I was in my bedroom working hard, watching the game, screaming, yelling, and they won that 6-2. I thought they were set up to at least get a split in New York. And it, I can't stomach losing like that 2 in a row in New York. I can't. I hate the Red Sox. I really do. I can't stomach them. But they were the better team, the more balanced team. And the Yankees, they took a couple of steps back. It's a shame. Aaron Judge is a beautiful ball player. He gets it. His baseball IQ. The Yankees also did not have a lefty bat all year long, and that burned them. The whole team was filled with right-handed hitting. There's a lot of things that's why they didn't win. But the bottom line is, they didn't get it done. They didn't get it done, and my season is over. And I'll be going over a lot of shit right now in my mind, but there's only so much I can do. I mean, Spike Lee called me the other day. Nick, what are we doing? What are we going to do? People calling me, Nick, what are we going to do? And I'm like, what can I do? All I can do is root for my team. I don't play, but I try to will them. You know what I mean? I try as much as I could, but it just wasn't in the cards.
What is the reaction of your family when you're in the bedroom? And I've watched baseball games with you, and people think I'm crazy. And I'll say this. There's no sporting event that I've ever witnessed by someone who I know. I mean, you see people in bars, crazy people, but I've never witnessed anybody as intense at a sporting event than watching a Yankee game with you in the privacy of your own home. Now, you've been doing this for years. You got a family. You got a wife. You got a beautiful son and a beautiful daughter. Are they like, what the fuck? Are they like, enough is enough? And when have you ever like really thought you've taken it too far? Like, have you ever injured your throat, your voice, spleen? Like, what have you done to yourself?
I've almost passed out one time. The blood was flowing so hard one time that I actually got a little dizzy. And I get, like I say, in the playoffs, nobody fucks with me. They know not to fuck. During the regular season, I've almost gotten thrown out of my house a few times. I'll take it to an extreme but during the playoffs, people know not to mess with me, not to fuck with me, because that's when I'm really, really serious. I mean, I went to the wild card game. I didn't pee for like 7 innings. I didn't eat. I sat there in a corporate section and I wouldn't fucking move because I'm like, I don't like to fool around with the mojo. You know what I mean?
You really believe in that, right? Like you really believe that you have to, like, everything has to be lined up, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, when I throw something, it stays wherever it is. If something, if I kick my shoes off, sometimes that works. I truly believe. I'm very, very superstitious because I'm always thinking 2, 3, 4 moves ahead. What could happen? What might happen? What could happen? Because I could see it unfolding, and it's that's what gets me really, really nervous. Like I got there, the wild card game about an hour before. I was so nervous that night because I was like, I don't want my season to end over one stupid game, which I hate. But I truly believe in a lot of this shit. I mean, sometimes if I'm not in my room, I mean, I don't even want to go into game 4 where I had to watch it. That might have cost us.
Right.
I mean, I had to watch it in a bar because my daughter
that's not for you. That's not for you.
No, it was not good.
That's not for you.
My daughter was singing the national anthem. Then I'm inside Staples with a headset watching the game on a phone screaming.
No. That's not.
No, I know. It was not good. Not good.
Now, Nick, I don't want to get you totally nuts. I sent you a video that I found. It was blasphemously disrespectful. Those Boston Animals, when they were celebrating beating the Yankees, they were in the locker room playing the great Frank Sinatra's New York, New York. How offensive was that for you?
You know what it is, Mike? Those Red Sox fans are always going to be low lives. They're always going to be low class when it comes down to it. I've been to Fenway, and believe me, they're a lot harsher. They're a lot harsher than the Yankee fans. I mean, they used to have T-shirts with Jeter Swallows, all kinds of shit like that. They got that. I don't want to say it, but they got that shit in them. They can't help it, but they got that shanty shit in them. It's in their DNA. That's why they'll always be the fucking Red Sox. They'll always be kind of the low-life cousin that you hate. And, that's why they are who they are. And that's typical Red Sox shit, typical Boston shit. And, that's why, they're always jealous of the Yankees. And in the last 20 years, they've had the upper hand. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's moving into that building or was it A-Rod, whoever broke the curse, but they've had the upper hand. But they're still going to be low life fans deep down. They're never going to be like Yankee fans. They're never going to be.
All right, Nick, I don't want to, your voice is almost gone.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I'm okay. As far as my voice goes, I'm okay. I mean, listen, I can take a defeat. I'll take it. You know what I mean? But they're going to get smoked by Houston. I guarantee you they will get smoked by Houston because that is a very complete team.
Is that satisfying to you? Because so the Red Sox losing to Houston, can I at least pray for that? Can I at least expect that?
Yes, you can expect that. You can expect that, and you can guarantee that they're not going to beat the Stros. It's not happening. So they're a little, celebration. I guarantee you, they will smoke them. Maybe 6 games the most. But if I'm wrong on that, then, I'd be very, very shocked. Put that, to me, I don't want to bet on it because when I bet, I jinx myself.
No, that's all right.
So, but I'll guarantee you that the Astros will take them down. I mean, they're not that good. They beat a very flawed Yankee team. You got to remember, we were very flawed. We were very top-heavy with no pitching. And believe me, the Stros will do a number on them. And I'll feel good. I don't want to see that team. I don't want to see that team win a,
No, we don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
No.
We don't want that. I mean, listen, and the hatred isn't even what it even used to be. It used to be a lot worse. A lot worse.
Yeah.
You know, and then they were getting on Aaron Judge for playing New York, New York.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
So what? You got your Sweet Caroline. Play your fucking Sweet Caroline, because that's their song, you know?
Yeah.
They play that Sweet Caroline, Mikey. You know, I've been in that ballpark. I've been abused by those people, you know, verbally. But it's okay. It's okay. I'll take it on the chin.
All right,
I'll take
Nick.
it on the chin.
All right. Well, you're the best person to articulate New York baseball, so I appreciate you coming on the podcast. Next time I come to the house, we do it over some Nicky Red sauce.
We'll do it over some sauce, and hopefully I won't sound like Broderick Crawford. So sorry about the voice, but I've been, I've been under a lot of strain, a lot of stress lately.
All right, Nick. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, buddy.
All right, bye.
Take care.
We're winning over here. We are winning over here. Let's be real. Betting on sports games is a lot more fun. Let's be real. Betting on sports makes the games a lot more fun to watch. And I am here to give you my favorite football and basketball picks of the week at sportsbetcollective.com/Rapaport with commentary you will not find anywhere else. Okay? First pick and analysis is free, and I've got my lock of the week on the site right now. Okay? All my picks are versus the MyBookie lines, so we can win cash in our wins. Sports Bet Collective is fantastic. I'm joined by a group of sports media experts, professional sports bettors, retired athletes, and sports-obsessed entertainers like myself. So whether you're a seasoned shark or a total sports betting beginner, sportsbetcollective.com will help you beat the odds no matter what the size of your bet for under $1 per pick. Catch all of my picks at sportsbetcollective.com/Rapaport. That's sportsbetcollective.com/Rapaport. All right. This is the I Am Rapaport stereo podcast coming live and direct from the Gloom Tomb studio. My name is Michael Rapaport, a.k.a. the White Chocolatito, a.k.a. the Jake LaMotta of podcasting. What can I say? What can I say? We're rocking and rolling. Sports is underway. Kanye went to the fucking White House. The world is spinning. But the I Am Rapaport stereo podcast stays winning. We got to just jump right into it. Well, before I get to Kanye, I would love to share something with you. And I begged and pleaded with my wife, who is she's a sweet, sweet, sweet person, okay? But we had an incident last night that I wanted to share with you. So obviously we sleep in the same bed. We're adults. We're a married couple. About 3 o'clock in the morning, I felt a pillow hit me in the face. I was sleeping. My wife threw a pillow. She didn't hit me with it, but she, tossed, pushed, dropped. Let's say dropped. She dropped a pillow in my face. I pushed it away, and she said, "No, you need to keep the pillow up. Your breath smells like shit. Your breath stinks. Your breath woke me up." This is what my wife told me at 3-something in the morning. She told me that my fucking breath woke her up. So this morning I said, "Do you know what happened last night?" Because, things happen when you're sleeping. You kick, you scream, you moan, you groan. She might not have remembered the incident. She remembered the incident. Said to her, "Sweetheart," babe is what I call her. I said, "Babe, you remember what happened last night?" She goes, "Yeah." I go, "What happened last night?" She goes, "Your breath was fucking stink, and I had to put a breath barrier up between the two of us." I said, "Okay, I just wanted to make sure you were aware that went down." She goes, "I was aware of it. Your breath smelled like shit." I said, "Fine." I know when I'm sleeping, my breath smells like shit, but I never thought that I would be humiliated like that by my wife. But listen, I guess the policy about being real and being honest about people's breath doesn't take time off. So if you're going to do it to people in real life, if you're going to do it to Uber drivers, I have to be able to accept it even when I'm sleeping, okay? Even when I'm sleeping, I have to be able to accept it. What can I say? I wanted to share that with you. I'm not proud of it. I'm a little ashamed of it and embarrassed of it, but it is what it is. But the news of the last 24 hours that is going to continue is Kooky Kanye West. I don't call him Ye. I call you fucking Kanye. Kooky Kanye, to be exact. He made his visit to the White House, and it was a true blue shit show. We've talked about this fucking guy endlessly, but he just keeps on going. To remind you, he said that he was going to release an album 2 weeks ago. The fucking album never came out. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the clips and heard the audio of Kanye sitting there with Donald Trump, one of the greatest football players ever. Jim Brown was sitting there. He didn't really say much. He's older. Why, out of all the strong, very passionate, very articulate voices in hip-hop, did he choose this fucking guy? At one point, he seemed to make Donald Trump uncomfortable. He also cursed in the presence of Dick Stain Donald Trump, currently the president of the United States. I've never seen anyone do that. I'm not a historian. Listen, I'm not a historian. But here's a couple of clips from Kanye West at the White House. I'm going to walk and talk you through these clips.
I'm married to a family that, not a lot of male energy going on. It's beautiful, though. But there's times where, it's something about, I love Hillary. I love everyone, right? But the campaign, I'm with her, just didn't make me feel as a guy that didn't get to see my dad all the time, like a guy that could play catch with his son. It was something about when I put this hat on, it made me feel like Superman. You made a Superman. That's my favorite superhero.
All right. First fucking problem number one. You put that fucking MAGA hat on, and that makes you feel like Superman. That makes you feel like a superhero. A MAGA hat. That makes you feel special. That makes you feel complete. That makes you fucking feel complete. That fucking goofy ass Make America Great hat again makes you feel complete. Donald Trump ain't Dr. Melfi. You ain't Tony Soprano. This ain't therapy. Go see a fucking therapist. This is what you talk to the president of the United States about? Even with the president, this fucking guy somehow, some way, made it about himself.
And you made a Superman cape for me also as a guy that looks up to you, looks up to Ralph Lauren, looks up to American industry guys. Non-political, no bullshit, put the beep on it, however you want to do it.
You're in the fucking White House. Even I wouldn't be able to contain myself from cursing in the fucking White House. Show some fucking respect. John F. Kennedy Jr., Theodore Roosevelt, Abe Lincoln, Georgie Washington. Georgie fucking Washington is turning over in his fucking grave. This next clip is Trump talking, and this is when you see why Trump is on some other shit. Watch how he hustles this motherfucker because he likes to play. Oh, it's like a bait and switch. It's like a cat and mouse. Listen to what he says. He says, "Oh, I don't want to put you on the spot. I told him I love you." Da, 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 da. And then watch how Kanye responds. Gets up out of his seat. Professes his love to Donald Trump and hugs this motherfucker. Check this shit out.
From our standpoint, this was just set up to be a lunch of two people that I like, and I guess they like me. And we're going to have lunch. We're going to talk.
Oh, you guess they like you? You guess they like you? Why don't you have some people in there who don't like you and agree to disagree, but hear each other out? Why do you want guys that are wearing MAGA hats to sit down with you? If you really care about what people think and you really want the big picture, have guys that don't like you, but you can have a respectful conversation with. You got your biggest fucking fan. Kanye West came in there It would be like meeting Tom Brady and showing up with a Tom Brady jersey on. Except for this ain't sports.
You said, I guess you know I love you.
I know.
Did I?
But I don't want to put you in that spot. But.
No, I'm standing in that spot. I love this guy right here. Let me give this guy a hug right here. I love this guy right here.
Yo. To me, that was the wildest shit ever. You love this guy right here. This is where it's crazy to me. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, or whatever, how could you blindly support anybody top to bottom? You're not in there giving critical opinions. You're in there like a groupie. I guarantee you he got his fucking hat signed privately. I guarantee you he got his hat signed privately on some Mean Joe Green shit. Donald Trump was literally on bone when this happened. He was literally boned up. He got a guy who he thinks is hip, he's cool, he's a street guy, he has the ear of the people, to get up out of his seat, profess his love, blushing, fawning over him, and hug him. Donald Trump, literally, he was on bone, and it wasn't even sexual. It was just pure elation, as it should be. He's like, I got him. I won. Look at this fucking guy kissing my fucking ass. Nobody kissed Donald Trump's ass as much as Kanye West kissed his ass. So what I'm saying, you could support him. But even the most staunch Republicans have to be like, yo, Duke, you can do 400 times better. Not this motherfucker. He's just like, yo, you're the greatest thing since fucking Michael Jordan, sliced bread. Now this clip bugged me out because I swear to God, I thought this motherfucker was going to quote A Tribe Called Quest.
Not that I don't like. What I need Saturday Night Live to improve on, or what I need the liberals to improve on, is if he don't look good, we don't look good.
I literally thought he was going to quote the line from the Tribe Called Quest song said, now, if my partners don't look good, Malik won't look good. If Malik don't look good, the Quest won't look good. I literally thought this motherfucker was going to quote A Tribe Called Quest in front of dick-stained Donald Trump. Thank God that didn't happen. Continue on.
This is our president. He has to be the freshest, the flyest planes, the best factories, and we have to make our core be in power. We have to bring jobs into America because our best export is entertainment and ideas. But when we make everything in China and not in America, then we're cheating on our country. And we're putting people in positions to have to do illegal things to end up in the cheapest factory ever, the prison system.
Yo, Duke. I'm done. You could listen to the rest of it on your own. At one point, this motherfucker started pitching him on a new Air Force One, a new presidential plane that he was going to help get built by the people at Apple. It was going to be called the I-Plane. And I would like to see if my bookie, if they will take action on this. I need Miles and Jordan to check this out. Will mybookie.ag take action on this? Will Kanye West ever be invited back to the White House during Donald Trump's tenure? I bet no fucking way. Because somehow Kanye West embarrassed a guy who's unembarrassable. You can tell Donald Trump was like, I might as well got a guy in here with a shopping cart. Because Kanye West is fucking nuts. You can tell that clicked over in Donald Trump's mind at one point. He was like, this guy's fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
I Am Rapaport podcast.
So, I mean, listen, I don't like labels, okay? I'm registered as a Democrat. I don't like that. My wife is actually registered, I think, as an independent. Maybe I'll change that. Maybe I won't. I don't like labels, even an independent. You know, you got to pick one, you do whatever. I have no problem registering as a Democrat, but this whole thing that frustrates me is, like I said, the blind faith in one side or another. Imagine if it was basketball and we just had the Lakers or the Celtics to root for, or if it was baseball and you had the Yankees and the Dodgers to root for, or any kind of scenario like that, or you only had 2 channels to watch television. I don't understand how after all the growth, changes, updating, phones, computers, this shit is still the same hundreds of years later. I just don't understand that. You know, and this whole snowflake culture that they talk, some of that shit I can't fucking stand. For instance, my son told me about this. And then I read an article about this in the Washington Examiner. And this shit is really going down at universities around the country. My son told me this happened at his school. He goes to college in New York City. Clapping. You know, when you go like this? So there could be a speaker in the room or a comment or a guest lecturer. You know, imagine you're in a class and like, you know, I don't know, somebody special comes in and they give their time and they give a lecture or whatever the case is. People, kids, students are saying that other students are getting triggered and it's starting to, it'll ignite certain kids' anxiety. So they are taking clapping out of classrooms in college. So instead of clapping, they're making them do jazz hands. You know what fucking jazz hands are? You ever see the movie All That Jazz? You know, jazz hands? That goofy shit, Liza Minnelli shit? Instead of classing, they are suggesting that people use jazz hands so it doesn't trigger other kids' anxiety. Yo, if a little clapping in a classroom is going to trigger your anxiety, homeschool. Don't leave the house. What are you going to do when a horn blows on the street? What are you going to do when a siren passes? What are you going to do when a fire engine is coming through? You're going to get all freaked out? Rain Man, is that what you're going to do? You can't. We're not. I'm clapping. I appreciate your work, your lecture, your time. I'm fucking clapping. This is what they call snowflake culture, and I don't agree with it. This is another thing. In Montreal, Quebec, I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast is huge in Montreal. If you don't know about our fan base in Montreal, we have a tremendous fan base. I love Montreal. My brother lives in Canada. Okay? We have a big fan base in all of Canada. In Montreal, Quebec, they have created a La Doggy Cafe. Okay, now you know how I feel about my dog, Wheezy. I love him. I would love to bring him everywhere. Okay, but that doesn't work. Okay? My dog, Wheezy, sweet as can be. Okay? But I can't bring him everywhere because it doesn't work for everybody. They have created in Quebec, Montreal, Quebec, Le Doggy Cafe with a French accent. Le Doggy Cafe, where you can enjoy a meal with your dog. You can bring your dog out and the dog could sit in a doggy chair. You could feed your dog doggy snacks. Okay, and you can eat regular food. This is some bullshit. This is great if there's no other people with no other dogs in the restaurant. But if you've ever been around dogs, you know that they don't just sit. I don't care how fucking well trained they are. Okay? Regular dogs can't function this way. They're going to be fighting, barking, chewing at each other. Some of them are going to be pissing because they're going to be getting excited. This is a place of business. This is where people are going to go spend their money in the fucking La Doggy Cafe. Snowflake bullshit. I don't support it. I'm not with it.
I Am Rapaport Podcast.
It's here. It's here. They moved it up last year. Next week, it's going down October 16th. Tuesday, October 16th. The NBA season is back. Remember, up until last year, it started like the 31st or the 1st of November. Now it's midway through October, and we get to rock all the way through June. This is my time of year. NBA, NFL, and all this craziness with the UFC, all this Kanye cuckoo-ness. This is my fucking time of the year. I love it. I love it. I love it. Lonzo Ball returned from his injury, played with LeBron James. It was literally like a playoff game. Well, it's like a playoff all-star game because they were sort of playing hard, but kind of not playing hard. First of all, the Golden State Warriors are going to be sick. They're going to be picking up right where they left off. Steph looked ridiculous last night. He's on some Meadowlark Lemon, Curly Neal, N1 mixtape shit. He just keeps going. Every single year, it's like clockwork. And until his body breaks down, Steph Curry is going to be able to give you 35 in the blink of an eye. Kevin Durant looks sick. And the Lakers, as I've said, and somehow, some way, I've been put in the position of being some sort of Laker defender. I don't give a fuck about the Lakers. But they're going to be good. They're going to be good. Lonzo Ball made his debut. The first thing he did was show off the Big Baller brand Air 2019s. First shot of the game, he shot a fucking air ball. If you're an NBA player and you're shooting air balls, that's nerves. That's mental. It's one thing to be shooting poorly and to be missing your shot. Your shot's going to the left. Your shot's going right. Your shot's too short. But this is a guy, I mean, I don't think you can name another guy or find highlights of another player in the NBA shooting multiple air balls consistently. Like he shoots air balls consistently. Last year he did it all the time. And his first shot back in the preseason this year, fucking airball. I mean, yo, that's not normal for an NBA player. Like, that's not normal for a professional basketball player. That's not even normal for NCAA. In the NCAA, if you were a guy who shot airballs, you wouldn't be playing. They're letting this guy run the point at times for the Los Angeles Lakers, and he's guaranteed to possibly shoot an airball at least once a game. Like I said, it's okay to miss shots, but you're missing the entire fucking apparatus. Like you can't just hit glass or something like that. Like it's a big-ass backboard. It's hard to miss the entire thing. But Lonzo Ball does it. But I'm ready for the NBA to start. Jimmy Butler threw a shit fit in Timberwolves practice. You know, as far as all these athletes whining and complaining, to Rachel Nichols and Josina Anderson, like Odell did, and Jimmy Butler, whining and complaining, to Rachel Nichols about Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins. I'm not with any of it. I am not with any of it historically. I don't care if it's baseball, football, soccer, lacrosse. When you start talking shit about your teammates to an outside party, it is the beginning of the end. It's hard to come back from it because it's like, yo, you won't sit down and clean house on your own. So you're going to talk to Rachel Nichols, who has nothing to do with it, who's literally salivating. She's like, oh my God, give me more, Jimmy. Give me more, Jimmy. Give me more, Jimmy. No, Bruno. She's so elated. She thinks she's going to have a regular preseason interview with Jimmy Butler. And he's like, 2 hours ago, I told Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins both to suck my dick. Basically, that's what he said. It doesn't work whether you're Odell Beckham. It doesn't matter who you are. Terrell Owens. Any sport. Any team sport. Going to the press. Going to the media. Beginning of the end.
I Am Rapaport podcast.
All right, I want to thank my guy, Nicky T. Everything's going to be fine. Rest your voice. You're going to hurt yourself. And if I'm saying that, you got to take heed. I want to thank my friend Nick Turturro. I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. What can I say? I am the Gringo Mandingo, a.k.a. the White Chocolatito, a.k.a. the Jake LaMotta of podcasting. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Rate, review, and pass it on. Puff, puff, pass it on. Miles Jordan, take us out of here with something nice.